Ball pythons do drink water, by the way, guys. Snakes do drink. Snowy, you are a camera cool king. Most people are getting their first ball python and they have no idea what they're doing. And it honestly shows, right, Lila?
Yeah.
They're honestly making the snake suffer without even realizing it. But don't worry, me and Lila, we have you. Here's everything you need to know to keep your ball python healthy, happy, and thriving. This is Snowy. It's morning time. So he's still super chill. But this is why they call him a ball python. So first things first, we're gonna be going over the snake enclosures and habitat. Because this is gonna be the most crucial to keeping your ball python healthy
and happy.
And happy. Yeah, I'm gonna pass Snowy off to her. We're gonna go over where your python lives and why it matters most. A bad setup, it can make them stressed, refuse food, or even make them sick. If you own a ball python, you should already know that it's pretty common for ball pythons to refuse food and go on hunger strikes. And if you don't know, it's probably why you're here watching this video right now. Tank sizes. Here is Snowy's first cage when we first got him. This is about a 10 to 20 gallon tank. This is for babies. He grew out of this very quickly. Since we got him, he probably 1 month he lasted in this.
Yeah, so that's how fast ball pythons can grow.
So now this is what he is currently in because he is considered a juvenile now at this point, and it's a 20 to 40 gallon tank. Even this tank, I would say Snowy realistically has maybe another 6 months max before I'm gonna put him into a larger 40 plus gallon tank.
Okay, so as you can see, he is long, and this is a pretty good tank for him because it is nice and long. It's like a 40 gallon tank, and it fits him pretty nicely. He can roam around, he can spread out if he wanted.
All right, and then the adults are gonna be one size up from this 40 plus gallon, okay? Here's a little pro tip that I like to do. If your snake is longer than it is wide and longer than it is deep, your snake is in too small of a habitat. Okay, so now we're gonna talk substrate. The substrate that I use for Snowy, it's a mix because it holds the humidity in there very well. It's a cypress and coconut husk mix. Hides are something that the snake can get away from you, get a way to just calm down. If there's a lot of people looking at the snake, it can go and feel safe inside their hide. Now we have two, but honestly, we actually need to get a new one.
Yes,
because
he's getting too small, and he likes going this one more because it's bigger and it will fit him better.
Because yes, this doesn't fit in this anymore. Now it's more of decoration, and we do need to get him another hide. Do you know what the humidity is supposed to be? You don't?
I forget.
50 to 60% humidity for a ball python. But if they're in their shed, what should it be?
Like 65 to 70.
Oh, boom. Right on. I like it 70 to 80, but that is a good target to hit because humidity levels can be tough in different climates. So 65, 75, 70, 80, just keep it nice there. And do you know why you're supposed to have humidity higher when they're shedding?
It might help their shed get off easier.
Boom! Ding, ding, ding. Look at you, Lila. Lila knows exactly what she's talking about. Yes, it helps them stay hydrated. It helps them remove that shed super easy. Now, when they shed, it should be in one piece, guys. If it's a bad shed, if it's coming off in pieces, the first thing you should do is take a look at your humidity levels. We're gonna go over temps. So like we said, we have a cool side and a warm side. Cool side and a warm side. Lila, do you know what the temperatures are supposed to be?
Cool side is supposed to be like 75 to 80.
Okay.
And the warm side is supposed to be 88 to like 92.
So 88 to 92, yes. I like to keep ambient heat, right around 82 degrees. Overall 82. He's gonna have a warm side, which is gonna be right around the 88, right above the water, giving it nice humidity levels. And then where it's gonna get a little bit cooler. At night, you set the thermostat to come down to what temperature, Lila?
72 Fahrenheit?
72 Fahrenheit. I wouldn't go lower than 72. I like to keep it right around 76, 75. But 72, don't let it get below that. So he's like, yes, I like my cool side. Let's get back to the humidity levels real quick too. soak that in water and then just place it in there. I do that for my boas because the humidity levels are supposed to be a little bit, not a lot, but higher for them. All right, so now that we've gone over all the basics with this stuff, do you know what ball pythons eat?
So babies, they eat either live mice or frozen thawed mice.
Frozen thawed. They call them pups, little baby mice. You're gonna be feeding them every 7 to 10, every 7 to 14 days. It goes off of your python, okay? It goes off of your baby. Oh, he's drinking his water. Ball pythons do drink water, by the way, guys. Snakes do drink. Snowy, you are a camera cool king. You love the camera. Look at that. As we caught Snowy drinking from his water. Oh. This can't get any better. Guys, this cannot get any better. Oh my God. Babies are eating every 5 to 7 days, and you're gonna go off of how they react. And with the juveniles,
we'll eat 7 to 10 days.
7 to 14, it really all depends. I like the slow feed approach. And yes, snakes eat live or frozen, right? If you don't like the live, there are some dangers to the live. Yes. He's currently eating the live right now. Penny eats thawed, Captain eats live. Take it away.
Adult snakes will eat till like 10 to 14 days, and they eat small, medium rats.
Do you know how to determine the right size mouse or rat for the snake?
Maybe depending on how old they are or how like long they, I don't
know. Nope, and that's what most people are gonna think. Oh, my snake is 4 years old. He's 4.5 feet long. He can eat a jumbo rat.
You got me there.
Nope, you're gonna find pretty much the thickest part of their body, right? So like right here. And you do not want to feed anything more than 1.4 times the size of that circumference. I think people say 1.5, 1.6. I like to keep it a little bit lower than that. See how we're handling him right now? You know, we're having fun with him. We're kind of just letting him do his thing. It's because he hasn't eaten, right? If he just ate, we would not touch him because we don't want to cause stress.
And they can also maybe regurgitate.
If he's stressing out about, oh my God, am I gonna be able to get this down? Am I not gonna be able to eat this? You could stress them out. And if you have bad husbandry, a bad habitat for him, and then you stress them out with something even bigger, that is a literal equation for self-destruction.
Offering food too often.
Offering food too often, that's a good one. It can cause your snake to be obese. Yes, snakes can be obese. Now that you guys have an overall idea, not all snakes are gonna be like Snowy right off the bat. Not all snakes are gonna be like Penny right off the bat. Sometimes you have to work into it.
Ball pythons are friendly, but they need to trust you first before they feel safe in your hand.
I'm the same way. How to handle a ball python, right? We want to approach it from below, from the side. When you come in directly at the top of this snake, it's going to feel threatened. It's going to feel like they're being hunted. So you can handle them also during a shed, but just note that it is going to make them a little bit more cranky. It's gonna make them a little bit more irritated. If you know that your snake's going through a shed, let him hang out. Make sure that, you know, his tank's a little bit more humid. Make it comfortable for him. And if you guys have a snake that is nippy, you're just unsure of, put the fear aside and start with small sessions, 5 to 10 minutes, every single day or every other day. And then over time, it's a very slow, it can be a fast process, but it can also be a slow process. And here's a little helpful hint. And I did it with Penny. She went through a little phase where she didn't want to be taken out of her cage. So what I did was I actually took one of the shirts that I used around the house, a shirt that I wore all day long. I kept it in her cage for 2 whole weeks. When I went in on the 14th day, she crawled right over to me. She flicked her tongue. She was like, oh, I know this person. And then has been perfect ever since. So overall, ball pythons are pretty hardy, but they can still get sick if their care is not, you know, if there's neglect with anything, the snake can get sick. So here's some common things to look out for. Respiratory infection, very common, and it's also common because of poor humidity. Do you know any symptoms?
Yes. There is a symptom where like you can tell if they're sick by like open mouth breathing.
Open mouth breathing, looking like they're gasping for air.
And wheezing mucus bubbles.
Wheezing, mucus bubbles. You don't want to have respiratory infection. Bring them to a vet immediately if you see those 3 things. Or if you're nervous or anything. It's always safe to bring your reptile to a vet for a quick examination.
It can be like low temperatures or bad humidity.
Boom. Low temperatures is another common thing too. Everybody's worst case scenario. Mites, don't let me get mites. Symptoms. Typically, they're gonna be sitting in their water bowl soaking, and
like tiny black dots moving.
And what causes all of that is a contaminated tank, contaminated substrate, sometimes substrate. Put your substrate together, make sure that your substrate is good. Feeding strike. What causes that? Stress, improper habitat, improper tank temps, improper humidity.
And it could also be a cause of like not feeding.
Why aren't they feeding though? Because it's breeding season.
Oh.
It's called breeding season fasting. Just regularly check their scales. So if you're handling them, you're gonna see and feel their scales. So you're also gonna know their behavior, their temperament. If you're regularly feeding them, you'll know if they're getting heavier. So those are the 3 telltale signs of if you have a sick snake. If you are thinking about getting a ball python or you already have one and you just need some beginner tips, that's pretty much gonna cover all of your bases. Is this a perfect video for someone if they type in how to care for a ball python 101?
Yes.
Boom. So if you guys actually found this helpful,
make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I found this video helpful, thank you.
Or drop a comment down below if you're struggling with any of your animals, if you're struggling with any of your reptiles or snakes.
You can follow us on TikTok, the other
Instagram.
Instagram.
Facebook. My name's Snowy. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.